Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Humbo here, and today I'm going to be talking about how to actually improve in Fortnite Battle Royale. Guys, this video will help keyboard and mouse, controller, console, it doesn't matter what you guys are on. This is for all sorts of players, everything in between, Switch, whatever it is. So make sure y'all watch this video all the way through. Make sure y'all like and sub if you enjoy. We just hit 25,000 subs. Let's go, baby. Love y'all, man. And yeah, guys, without further ado, I stream on Twitch every single morning, so if you want to check that out, the link is in the description. But yeah, let's get right into this video, man. Alright guys, so the number one tip that I think that I can give you for overall improvement, I've just heard so many professional players talk about it. I struggle with this all the time, but I'm sure all of you guys know and have certain times where you just feel like you're a god. You know what I mean? You're in a really good state of mind. You feel extremely confident. And that's the way we're going to be talking about today. Building consistent confidence, bro, for fights. It's so important. It's very elusive, especially if you're an inconsistent player. You find that in solos you struggle a lot, or just some days you're really off and you get a very bad mental early. So if a couple things go wrong, your confidence goes out the window. You start saying, negative things about yourself. That happens to me all the time. I'm trash. Oh my gosh. Like I started talking negative if I'm in duos or trios or saying sorry or whatever. A real confident player, and guys, I struggle with this just as much as you, but this is a super important thing that I've been working on. So I want to tell you guys so you can work on it too. You guys have to build a lot of self-confidence in fights, man. And look at it like this, okay? When a quarterback throws an interception, it literally does nobody any good if you sulk about it, if you're worried about it, if you're not helping calm your teammate when you're down, if you're not still learning from learning from your teammate or thinking about where to reboot and how many mats they have to finish this fight out, things like that. You still have to be an active teammate even when you go down. You still have to be an active teammate even when you're playing bad. You can't, nobody needs somebody in their ear just saying that they're bad over and over. It's not helping anything. In the same way when somebody messes up in any other sport, it's not helping anything. You guys need to be able to keep a positive mindset and need to believe in yourself, and also realize sometimes the situation is just unlucky and you got to dust yourself off and you got to get going again right away. That's how a good player improves. That's how a good player takes on, the day of playing and everything, and that's how you're gonna get the most out of your practice. Let's get into the next tip, man. All right, guys, so my second tip is going to be something that is not very talked about, but it's going to be recognizing the difference between your in-game ping and your creative ping and how you can play on both. So a lot of these YouTubers are on zero ping. I am not, and they don't really understand this problem, but I'm gonna got you guys, man. If you're a high ping player, if you get 60 ping in game, 50 ping in game, I've definitely been there. I know how it feels. Guys, you need to really adjust for that. So if you're putting all of your practice in creative into box fighting and realistic 1v1s and zone wars, and you're not putting enough time into understanding, like, my muscle memory is going to be different when I hop in arena. It's going to be different when I hop in pubs. It's going to be a lot different because your delay is going to be about 20-30 ms more from what you were in creative. So the best way that I like to go about this, I still warm up and play a ton of creative, as you guys see. Like, creative still is very helpful, you know what I mean? You get tons of fights and ton of engagements, a lot of experience, all that stuff. But when I hop in game, I really make sure, like, okay, it's gonna be slower, it's gonna be laggier, so I need to morally exaggerate my edits, like, to make sure they confirm, you know what I mean? There's gonna be more delay. The person who actually accounts for that, instead of just going in there like a demon, like you just practiced, or like, oh my god, I'm feeling so cracked. It does suck. This is really unfortunate, but it's the truth. I'm always gonna give you the truth on this channel, bro. That's what the big Humbo does, man. You are just more laggy than the pros you're watching. You are more laggy, most likely. I'm just assuming here. You're going to be in a tougher situation, but you can adjust for that. You can adapt for that, and it'll help a ton if you just admit that. And then, okay, instead of like complaining and moaning about it, how can I use this, and actually get better from it? You know what I mean? Just this information. So the best way to go about it, man, exaggerate your edits to confirm them. Go a little bit slower. Learn how to find a pace that fits the ping instead of just complaining about it. It's your only option, you know what I mean? Unless you get new internet or move, there's no other way around it. So why complain about it? Let's find a way around it, right? Let's find an adjustment that's gonna suit you guys, all right? All right, guys, for this third tip, I'm about to press you guys so hard. So look, all right, don't get mad. I see you right there. You might get offended. Do not, okay, you have a problem, right? We're sitting you down right now. We have to talk about this, okay? Don't get mad at me, bro. I'm just family. I want to see you doing good. I want to see you living right in the arena with the big boy points, okay? So don't get mad at Humbo. But guys. You take a wall. The first thing you do, bro, the first synapses of your brain fires, you just edit it. You don't think about the edit. Like, I'm telling you, I've watched so many of my friends lately. This is why I've included this in my YouTube video. People take a wall. You're just editing open the wrong sides. Like, you're literally not right-hand peeking everything. Okay, it is so much better if you go slower with the edits, right? You slow it down, you breathe. and you just edit whatever actually makes sense, right? You're doing right-hand peeks, you're doing bait peeks, you're not literally just, I literally see people open up the 3 tiles that they're on and go for trade-offs. You're not gonna win, especially not in this meta with tax and charges. It's just not going to go well for you guys, man. All right, famo, getting into my next piece of advice. This is going to be honestly evaluating what you're doing wrong or what you're struggling with the most. So I'm sure everybody has a vice, something that is really taking them away from being an A-tier player. Like, it's the one thing, right? It's something that is your kryptonite, and you keep avoiding it, or you keep leaning on the other sides of your gameplay that are more impressive to get away and squeak out of certain situations, but you are still failing and finding a lot of trouble from this thing. For me, this is my aim, right? So I have, I think, A-tier mechanics. I have, you know, good game sense, good movement sense, good rotation sense, good builds, all that stuff. The main problem is I can do all this beast control, all this stuff, right? But sometimes I'm just not finishing in these aim duels, like when it comes down to it, right? I'll box somebody like an absolute flopper, right? I'll literally put them on display, okay? In my trophy case. And then I just like can't finish the fight, right? I just can't finish the fight. And it is the most frustrating thing ever, especially if somebody's waiting on my edits. That's another big problem I have. Going in right into another quick tip. Guys, stop opening edits after you mess them up once, right? So many times people mess up their edit. You know, they mess up an edit when it's a good edit. And then by the time they're going to reconfirm the edit on the second attempt, or even sometimes the third attempt, we're not going to talk about it, the person's literally just standing there staring at you with their shotgun. Like, you're going to get cracked when you open that edit. It's not a good edit. It's a bad edit. It was a good edit. You messed up because you ain't put enough work in. You ain't practicing enough, so you're not consistent. Okay? And now you're going to get cracked if you open it. So don't open it. It's a bad edit now. Move on to the next way to attack the wall. Find another way in. Please stop opening that edit after the second time. It ain't going to work for you, man. All right, this tip I'm about to tell y'all right now for improving, bro, like, you ain't never heard this tip before, okay? Trust me right now. You haven't seen it from no other Fortnite video. Here we go. I actually learned this in basketball. I was not a good basketball player. I did make the team, like, barely. I was more of a football player. But in high school, my coach told me this. I don't think it was his quote. I think it's like Michael Jordan's quote or some big basketball player. But basically, you could take 1,000 jump shots, right? You could practice 1,000 jump shots. But if they're bad jump shots, they're bad effort. You know what I mean? The form's off. You're shooting lazy. It don't mean nothing. It doesn't matter how long you practice. If they're bad shots, if you're not putting 100% effort into every shot and the technique of every shot, it doesn't matter. So how to correlate this to esports and Fortnite and how to get better? It's easy. It's simple. Maybe you guys already know what I'm trying to get at. But here we go. I'm going to explain. I'm gonna break it down anyway, right? When you guys go into arena, if you're tired and you're just 50-50ing and you're not taking your time with fights and you're not fully focused and you're rotating and you're on your phone, you're on Twitter, you're snapping at your girl, bro, you're not gonna improve at the rate that you want to improve, man. You need to lock in when you're playing arena. I'd rather you play arena for 2 hours instead of 5 hours. If for those 2 hours, you're gonna lock in, you're gonna pay attention to the mistakes, you're gonna pay attention to the edits you're messing up, you're going to apply the tips that I've already said, you're gonna be putting in some work, big fella, you're gonna be doing everything right, you're gonna be critiquing yourself, you're going to be taking good fights, so like all this stuff, right? You're just gonna be playing with 100% focus like it's a tournament, right? I'd rather you do 2 hours of that, even an hour of that, play 3 games like that, and you'll see more than what you're doing playing, you know, halfway manner with low effort, being lazy, like skipping corners, going for 50-50s. I might win this fight if I hop in. Screw it. When you're doing that, bro, that is why a lot of you guys aren't seeing the improvement. What you say you're putting in hours, but are they quality hours? It's really not about how much time you're putting in. It's about the effort you're putting in with the time you have. So a lot of you guys say like, oh my God, I have homework. I can't practice as much as other people. It doesn't matter, bro. How are you practicing when you have the time to practice? Make sure y'all are locked in. Make sure you're putting your all into the time that you have, okay? You can only control you, bro. You can only control what you're doing with your practice time, all right? You can't control nobody else. So focus on yourself and focus on what you can do in the time you have. Now, guys, look, man, this is for the people who are taking esports seriously. Like, they really, really want to be a monster at Fortnite. Like, they want to take their gameplay to the next level. They want to feel like they can compete at a high level in any part of Fortnite. Like, I look at this stuff the same way that I look at any other sport that I played throughout my life, man. Like, I played football, basketball, soccer, baseball. I played some of them at a high level. I even played some of them at a level that was good enough to, to go to college for. Like, I really, really, really am passionate about esports. For the main reason is this, guys. Other sports, like, you're born, right? And you're 6'5" and you're just lucky, right? You're just gonna be a really good football player. You are big, and some people aren't born with those genetics. Some people aren't lucky in those ways. They're not gifted athletically. But with esports, a lot of that stuff is out of the equation. Sure, there's still some genetics involved and all that stuff, but for the most part, your work ethic controls how good you get at this sport, period. And that's the beauty of esports. That's the beauty of Fortnite, competitive Fortnite, all that stuff, is that your work ethic is the main factor. It's the main driver in how good you can become, man. There's not too much holding you back besides that. So guys, with that, I'm going to leave you on this video, man. Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys subscribe if you enjoyed this video. From a big humble thanks so much for 25,000 subscribers. I really hope you guys find motivation in me. You find a bright spot in your day, man. That shit means the world when I see your guys' comments, but it feels so good to see, man. I love you guys. Have a good one, man.